Hi everybody, it's me, Corrie T, and in this video I'm going to be telling you 3 things that you can do to use your body to help you to reduce anxiety and stress. Now I should say that I'm not a mental health professional and I'm just someone who has experienced really bad anxiety in my life. And these things that I'm going to share with you are things that have really helped me along my journey. Obsessive thinking, rumination, OCD thoughts, intrusive thoughts, just high stress in my body. And it's taken me a really long time, over the years, working with professionals, learning to understand why that happened. And there was a lot of stuff to do with my childhood, a lot of habits that were created when I was young. And now I have a lot of compassion for myself and I understand myself so much better. And I've healed so much of it. And, we're human and I'm human and I'm on a journey too. So that there are still things that I'm resolving, but there are things that have helped me so much that really do give me personally like a night and day of before I did this thing and after I did this thing. I felt very different. So I'm going to share with you my kind of 3 favorite things that I do whenever I'm really stressed or whenever I've got anxiety in my body. Okay, because we all experience that at some point, and you might be someone who experiences it more or less than other people. So the first thing that I'm going to say, which you will have heard so many times before, but I'm going to say it again because it's just so true, is exercise. And if you're someone who's like, oh my god, I really just can't be bothered to go to the gym or to do anything, or exercise isn't really my thing. I've been like that too in the past, and that's definitely how I felt. And sometimes anxiety can feel so overwhelming that you really have to drag yourself out of bed to do anything, and I really get that. But when I was in a state like that, one thing that literally helped me so much was deciding, okay, I'm going to just put my trainers on and I'm going to walk outside and maybe I'll jog a bit. And I would literally do it for like 5 or 10 minutes and get out of breath. So I'd just make sure that for a short period of time, I would get out of breath. And I still do this. I still go for these little 10-minute runs. And if I'm really stressed, especially if I'm really stressed, then I'm prone to overthinking. I'm prone to rumination. And that's the habit that we've got to break. So if I catch myself in a rumination pattern, then I'll be like, right, I've got to get up. I've got to go. I've got to get out the door and do something with my body. So you might not like running or jogging, you might like something else, but even if you do it for such a short burst of time, that short burst of time where you actually get out of breath is going to really help your nervous system. And part of the reason, my dad explains it to me by saying, when your body is producing all of this adrenaline and cortisol and the stress hormone, it's literally saying, do something. You're like in fight or flight, right? So your body's saying, do something. I've got all this energy. We have to do something. So when you actually do something with your body, your nervous system goes, oh, cool, she's actually doing something. So for me, if my nervous system, quite often it goes into flight mode, I'll run. I'll go. I'm going to use that energy and I'm going to expel that energy. And it's not going to heal all of my problems. It's not going to, forever get rid of anxiety. And actually that will never happen because we need anxiety because it's a survival mechanism, isn't it? But sometimes what happens is our stress response over a long period of time can get used to having higher than normal levels of anxiety and the stress hormone in our body. And it just becomes a habit, like the new normal. So we need to train our bodies again. We need to literally show it the way that it can actually go down to a normal benchline level of anxiety. So one of these things that I do is I just go for little short bursts of exercise, like tiny, okay? Because when you're in a high stress situation, you don't want to do loads of things. You don't want to go to the gym for an hour. I mean, you can, but sometimes you don't want to do that. And actually challenging yourself to do a really big change in your life can be really overwhelming and create more stress, and then you sabotage it and you don't want to do it. So literally short, tiny bursts of exercise has been so helpful for me. So the next thing that you can do, and this is just a really simple somatic exercise that you can do, is get an object, and I've got an orange here because I can pass this easily between my hands. And if you're feeling really stressed and maybe you're up at night or something and you've got all of this energy in your body, what you do is you literally pass this object from one hand to the other, and you keep your hands in the middle like that, so you're passing it in the center of your body. And what this does is it starts flowing the blood from both sides of your brain, right? And at the same time, you can say things like, I'm in control, I'm calm, I'm safe, I'm loved. I'm in control, I'm calm, I'm safe, I'm loved, right? And you just keep saying that to yourself for about a couple of minutes, and you'll notice a reduction in your anxiety. And I do this, and it's just like, it's become a habit that my body now knows when I do this, my cortisol is going to reduce. So try this and let me know what you think of this one. I really enjoy this one. The other thing that I found, and you will have heard it, and I'm going to say it again because it's true, and I just want to be another person to affirm that this is true. Breathing. Slow, deep breathing. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and then breathe out for 8. Because when you do this, when you have a slow exhale, you stimulate your vagus nerve, which is basically like going to help you to have a kind of on-off feeling in your nervous system of anxiety reduction, okay? So if you do that for a few rounds, however long you need to do it, in for 4, hold for 4, and then out for 8, right? You will stimulate your vagus nerve, which will help you to start to relax. And like I say, these things are management tools. They're not going to heal your anxiety forever. In fact, one of the best ways that you can do that is by allowing your anxiety to be there. But sometimes that's really overwhelming and so uncomfortable. And actually what you need to do is have a bit of respite from that. So when you allow these sensations to be there, you're teaching your nervous system, it's okay, I can feel this, I can be uncomfortable and I'm safe. I can be uncomfortable and I am safe. And when you're less in resistance to these uncomfortable sensations, and trust me, I know how uncomfortable they are, then they start to reduce. And one of the things that you can do is just sit with them and notice, where is it? Where is this sensation in my body? Where can I feel it? Is it in my chest? Is it in my throat? Is it in my stomach? And put your hand on that area and basically say to this part of you, this energy within you, see it as a separate entity, an energy within your body, and say, hey, I'm here. I'm here. And use your self energy and awareness of yourself to be able to notice, I, as this adult version of myself, am with and holding the space for this anxiety, and it's okay for it to be here. It's okay if it stays, it's okay if it leaves, it's okay if it goes away and then comes back. I'm okay with it. I'm okay, I'm safe. And also looking around while you're feeling these sensations, if you look around and you notice the colours and you notice that actually you are safe, you start to give the signal to your brain, yes, this is uncomfortable, but I am safe. And these things over time can really help you to learn to tolerate discomfort, because often we just can't tolerate it. We haven't been used to it. We've been told to like get rid of it, get rid of the anxiety. And yeah, I know when it's really overwhelming, we actually do want to reduce it. But sometimes one of the best things you can do is show yourself that it's okay to feel these things, because then they naturally do reduce. It's just a sensation. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's not going to hurt you, and it will pass. It will pass, but what we resist persists, and so that's often why it lasts for so long. Okay, so we have to kind of do what's counterintuitive sometimes in order to let the sensation be there. And we can kind of do this by also noticing less uncomfortable parts of our body. Okay, so you might feel really, really stressed in your chest, but your foot might be okay. So you notice that actually my foot's all right. you know, my foot isn't feeling anxious, or my hands, they feel safe, or I like this feeling of this soft blanket. And notice how you can feel both things. You can feel the discomfort and you can feel the softer, gentler thing. And it starts to give the signal to your brain, oh look, there's this other thing too. There's not just anxiety, there's other sensations that I can become aware of too. And it starts to let your brain know that it's okay. It's okay for me to feel this. It's all right. And then what we're less afraid of, because often we're so afraid of anxiety because we think it's never going to go away. When's this feeling going to go away? Will I feel like this forever? And when we have that sort of fear of the fear, basically, it prolongs the fear. So these are things that have really, really helped me in learning to heal my anxiety. I'd love to know what you think. If you would like someone to talk to, and like I say, I'm not a mental health professional, but I'm someone who's experienced really, really bad anxiety in the past. So I do have that level of experience and understanding. If you'd like someone to talk to and share your experience with, then I'm here. I'm a life coach, and that's what I do. And I talk about conscious creation and relationships and all of this kind of thing. But I guess a string to my bow is that I have experienced really, really high anxiety in the past. And so I have a deep empathy for people who have also experienced that as well. So if you would like some one-to-one coaching, my 1 hour coaching slots are back. So you can book just 1 hour if that's what you would like to do. 4 hours, 8 hours or 12. And the more you book, the cheaper it is. And we can dive into your stuff, whatever it is that you want to create, uncover your limiting beliefs. Also, I have a new workshop which is all about letting go, which really dives into this technique of letting go and being with and learning to be comfortable with discomfort, learning to be comfortable with uncertainty, learning to accept what is, so that we can become our most powerful, free, liberated selves and create whatever we want. And this workshop is going to be on the 29th of April. I would love to see you there. If you would like some more information about that, I'm going to leave the link below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.